is going to be all about wolves and, to be honest, my problem with them. Well, I don't know why it is when it comes to coyotes or fox or badgers or almost any other predator, I have no problem. I can shoot a running coyote and have a 90% chance of shooting him, even out at 200 yards. I am super confident and I have my faculties. I can stay calm and I can make the shot when I need to. But that is not the case if it's something crazy. If it's a black coyote, odds are I'm gonna totally miss it. If it's a wolf, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I can tell you that I've had the hardest time with wolves over anything that I've ever tried to harvest with bow, shotgun, or rifle. And this show, well, it's about some of those issues I've had. Now I hope you appreciate the honesty here, because some people will delete their misses, not show them, not talk about it. I am gonna show you an animal that I have a huge issue with. I know it's a mental issue, it's no question. I cannot keep my cool when it comes to a wolf. I really, really struggle with it. I don't know if it's because a wolf is an apex predator, top of the food chain. Out of almost every predator out there, for some reason, wolves to me have always not only fascinated and intrigued me, but I've had so much respect for them. They're super intelligent. Wolves seem to me to be a totally different predator. And I get so excited, it's very difficult for me to stay cool and calm and collected. Well, one of my next opportunities for wolves was in Northwest Territories. I was on a combination Dall sheep mountain caribou hunt, and I had an incredible time and ended up taking both with my recurve. But the highlight, or I guess I should say the most depressing part of the trip for me, was when we watched a wolf chase a caribou. There was probably multiple wolves, but we just could see one chase a caribou into this river. Well, now, first off, I wanted to try and take the caribou. It was a cow with my recurve. My guide absolutely wasn't gonna have it. He wanted to see me try and take a giant bull caribou. And I'm like, I'm okay with that one. And he's like, nope, absolutely no. Well, we realized that the wolf that had chased the caribou into the river was still there. It was standing on the bank, it's looking at the caribou, and it would keep laying down on the grass and then slowly coming up. Laying down on the grass and slowly coming up to watch the caribou. It is waiting to chase the caribou some more and see if it comes out of the river. So I'm like, man, I'd really like to take that wolf. And the guide, Slim, is like, Fred, if you want to use my rifle, go ahead. Pretty easy shots, 100 yards or so, knock yourself out. And I'm like, yes, I want to take him.
The wolf's on the other side of the caribou, waiting for the caribou to move.
This is the third opportunity I've had at a wolf, and I am not gonna mess it up. I get my backpack squared away, I get a solid rest, I am perfectly calm, and I'm like, I'm gonna make this happen. The wolf stands up, then he lays down.
Oh, he just went back down.
He stands up again to check the caribou, and then he lays down. The fourth or fifth time that this wolf stood up, I was like, I got it. As soon as in my head, I went, I'm gonna shoot. Even though I was on a dead rest, the crosshairs went crazy and I could not control my breathing. It was like wolf fever. I've never heard of wolf fever, but I had it. I could not calm myself down. I literally tried to take the safety and pull the trigger off at the same time. And I shot probably 10 to 20 feet in front of this wolf. I was devastated. That was my third opportunity at a wolf, a great opportunity, and I had missed again. I don't know what it is about me and wolves, but I was really struggling. And the more I messed up, the more I missed, the more opportunities I didn't make happen, made me want it that much more. I had gotten so infatuated with wolves that I started going out on just wolf trips. I booked a hunt in British Columbia to try and just get a wolf. It was negative 40 degrees. The temperature had turned off really, really cold, and it was a really tough hunt.
We're gonna keep after him, but it's definitely been pretty tough.
My outfitter even told me, he goes, Fred, a wolf is one of the toughest things to go out individually after but if you think you can call one in, we'll give it a whirl. Well, me and my guide went out and had an absolute blast. Even though the temperature was negative 40 degrees, fortunately, the weather started to warm up just a little. When we went out to set up and we started calling, and I see movement, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my first wolf. Well, it ends up being a coyote. It runs in, but I'm not picky, I'm gonna take the coyote. It was so cold the first shot, my firing pin was still froze up, and when I shot, it didn't hit the primer hard enough for the round to go off. So I had to cock my gun again, get back on the coyote. I had a small little window right between the shoulder and the head here and the neck, and I managed to squeeze around in there and drop that coyote in his track. An absolutely beautiful big BC coyote, but not the wolf I was hoping to get.
Look at that. Pretty. BC coyote, huh?
Right on, man.
Thank you, buddy.
One of my other Murphy's Laws hunts for wolves happened in the Yukon. I was up there hunting and I was having a blast. Mac Watson owned the outfitting business and he said, Fred, listen, I've got a guy that'll take you up. He said, I know you love predators. You can go after grizzly. He said, you can go after wolves. He said, and if you shoot a caribou, you can take all the meat and hunt off the carcass. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. I ended up shooting a beautiful grizzly bear. I shot a beautiful caribou, took all the meat. They came in, flew the meat out, and I decided to hunt over the carcass. I checked that carcass for days. We were camping in a little tent. My cameraman's telling me that he's only got so much more battery power that we can try and capture this on video. And I'm like, I want to get a wolf so bad. I end up cutting a track and I'm like, they're gonna hit the carcass. The next day, slip into the brush. We get in there and laid in there all day. In the afternoon, what shows up? Not only a wolf, but a black wolf. Now I am freaking out. This thing shows up and the first thing it does is it runs in and chases off a bunch of ravens. So it ran through my shooting hole so fast, I didn't have a shot. Then it comes through, chases off the ravens again, and again, does not give me a shot. The third time this wolf ran through and didn't give me a shot, I am a basket case of nerves. I am freaking out. I'm hyperventilating. I want a shot at this wolf so bad. I've seen him multiple times. I just can't get a shot. Finally, this beautiful black wolf comes in to hit the carcass, and I have no excuse. It is dead broadside. It's right at the carcass. It's an easy shot. And what do? I get the crosshairs. I'm trying to settle them in, and I jerk the trigger. And I totally shoot right over the back of this wolf. I'm beside myself. This wolf takes off, and what do? A lot of hunters have been there before. Once you go full panic mode, forget about it. But I'm putting other rounds in, and I'm shooting at this wolf as it runs up the canyon. And literally my guy's looking at me like, I don't even understand it. Like, I know you trap. I know you shot a ton of coyotes and other predators. What is your problem? I don't know what to tell you. I got a problem with wolves. I freak out. I can't keep it cool. I just can't get a wolf.
That was a beautiful black wolf. I got a shot at him. He just didn't go down. That breaks my heart.
Well, I get a call from a buddy of mine, Richard, that knows I want a wolf. And he's like, Fred, we got a wolf problem over here in this one area in Alberta. Matter of fact, a buddy of mine was running mountain lions with his hounds. A friggin' pack of wolves came in and killed a lot of his dogs. He goes, we really need to go in there and try and get these wolves. And I'm like, I'm flying up. I'm flying up to Alberta. I'm gonna be ready. I can't wait. Thank you so much. Let's try and get a wolf. So we get up and we set up the call. I set up the call and I go with a lone wolf howl. And I had all these guys say, oh man, calling wolves in is really tough. Odds are you won't call one in. But I went with a lone wolf howl. And I'm looking down this huge cut line where I can see for 600 yards. And for some reason in my mind, I was gonna get a really long shot. So I was trying mentally in my head, like, all right, Fred, you just gotta think about it. You gotta just stay calm. I've got my scope cranked up. All of a sudden we hear whining, literally like a dog. I guess a wolf is kind of like a dog, but we hear whining like woo, woo, and look to the left, and these wolves are coming in to the call right next to us. So I freak out. The one big gray wolf comes in, stops, and it was so beautiful, I'll never forget it. Stops broadside and looks at us for a second. I'm adjusted, I have to turn my sticks. I turn to get on the wolf and it takes off running. Now it's wolf running through the trees. My scope is cranked up all the way because I think I'm gonna get a shot down this cut line, and I have a wolf that just ran into 15 to 20 yards, and now it is running through the trees. I'm trying to get on the wolf, I see hair, and I crank off a round. So then Richard looks at me, he goes, "Did you get it?" I'm like, I don't think so, man. It was a really tough shot. It was through the trees. I saw hair, but then there was trees and hair. And I shot at that big, beautiful gray wolf, and I don't think I got it. And he said, "All right, well, let's not spook him. Let's just ease out. We'll come back and check for blood in a couple hours." We go back, we walk in, and we find a drop of blood in the snow. And I'm like, no way I hit him. And I'm so excited. And what we didn't catch on video was Richard looks at me and he's like, "Where did you hit him?" And I'm like, I didn't even know I hit him until we just found the blood. I have no idea. It could be the ear, it could be the tail. I didn't even know I hit him. I hit it, I don't know where, but I hit it. We're following this wolf through the snow, and I'm just like, please, if I ever pull off a shot, let this be the one. We go around the corner, not very far, and I see my gray wolf laying there. Oh my gosh, I got my wolf! We did it! We did it! We did it! Thank you! I can't believe I hit it! I can't believe I hit it! I got my wolf! Oh my gosh! Look at that! Right in the guts! Wow! Holy crap! Now I'm gonna apologize now. I know I get a little excited. Understand, this was an animal, to me, top tier, apex predator. Wolves to me are fascinating. I not only wanted to try and take a wolf, because I've always wanted to take a wolf, but this was from a pack of wolves that had killed a whole bunch of lion hounds, a whole bunch of domesticated dogs that a guy had, expensive dogs that he was using to run mountain lions with. So he was devastated. He wanted those wolves gone. And I had pulled off the luckiest shot I'd ever made. The only thing I could think of is that because it was fast, I didn't really have time to think that it was a wolf. I just got on it and I squeezed off a lucky shot. So I was absolutely ecstatic with my wolf. He didn't make it 75 yards! Oh my gosh! Look at my wolf! Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm getting him full mounted. And I just smoked a wolf on the run, and I did not know I got it, honestly. Look at that. I'm glad we gave it a few hours, but we didn't need to. We could have come in here right away. It was down. When we left here and I was all bummed, that wolf was down. When I was showing you where I didn't have a shot from, the wolf was down the whole time. Well, you'd think I'd be done, but no. That made me want to go wolf hunting even more. So my next hunt for wolves was in Ontario, and it was going to be over bait, and I was pretty dang excited to go out and try hunting over bait. Now I was warned that hunting over bait was super difficult. We'd even had another guy sit at this bait the day before, and he said, "I didn't see any wolves, but there's wolf tracks and they've hit the bait." So it's gonna be a lot of sitting. You're gonna be sitting, watching baits, hoping a wolf shows up. Unfortunately, you couldn't shoot wolves at night where I was at. So it was a daytime wolf or no wolf. And we literally spent days freezing, sitting inside blinds, watching baits, hoping a wolf would come in. Well, I can't remember if it was the third day or the fourth day, but I had decided, you know what? I'm gonna set out and try and call. I'm gonna try and call. Maybe if I try that lone wolf howl, a wolf will think a different wolf is on the bait and it'll come in. So I set out the call, I try a lone wolf howl, and what happens? But a wolf shows up. My cameraman is freaking out, I'm freaking out. I'm trying to get on this wolf. This wolf's cutting across from left to right. Just as I get on it, the wolf drops down into a little cut, and I don't have a shot. I'm literally taking out the slack of the trigger. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm just breaking over the trigger, and the wolf disappears. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Then the wolf pops back up. Now that adrenaline's starting, my scope is starting to shake a little bit, but I'm like, okay, you got this. And I shoot. I hit the wolf, and I know he's hit hard. He takes off and cuts running to the left. I put another round in, swing with him, shoot again, and I hit him again. The wolf makes it about 20 to 50 more yards and drops in the snow.
He's going down! Look, he's down right there! Fred! He's down right there! He's down right there! We just killed him! We just got a wolf! No, dude! Look at him right there!
Now, you have to understand, not only am I freaking out, but as you can hear, my cameraman is losing his frigging mind. It was hysterical. When you sit in the snow and it's that cold and you spend that many hours trying to get a very elusive apex predator, well, maybe you could understand why we're freaking out just a little bit.
We just got a timber wolf in Ontario. 2 days we've been waiting. We just got a wolf! Yeah!
So again, I am absolutely elated. I've got a beautiful wolf. To me, one of the most difficult predators in North America to try and harvest. So I was beside myself. I'm so excited with this huge wolf. What do you say? You know, an animal like this is just magical. I mean, really, just seeing a wolf is, you know, it's one of those things that it's hard to describe in your head what goes on. I don't even know, you know, I remember this day the rest of my life. I mean, a wolf's just one of those things that they're just amazing. They're amazing animals. That's an apex predator right there.